Hello and welcome to the Eurotech Weekly Wrap-Up for the week of October 26th to November 1st. I'm your co-host, Mark Candlish.
I'm Brian Welchley.
And I am Rachel Hugh, and we are your hosts today.
We are here to bring you the biggest tech stories from across Europe. This week was full of surprises, from a chip giant betting big on a telecom icon, to bold funding rounds, smart acquisitions, and even a teenage founder making waves. So grab a coffee and let's dive in.
Our first story is a major crossover between computing and telecom. Nvidia, the chipmaker powering much of today's AI revolution, is investing $1 billion in Nokia, the Finnish telecom powerhouse. In return, Nvidia gets roughly a 3% stake in Nokia. But more importantly, the partnership is about fusing AI with the next generation of networks. Together, they plan to develop AI-driven networking and data center technologies, even teaming up with T-Mobile US to bring AI-powered 5G and future 6G capabilities to life. Why does this matter? Nokia's new CEO, who comes from a strong AI background, has been working to reposition the company from traditional telecom toward data centers and AI infrastructure. Nvidia's backing is a massive vote of confidence in that vision, and markets took notice, with Nokia's stock jumping over 20% after the announcement. For Nvidia, it's a strategic foothold in the telecom world, ensuring its AI chips and software become part of the networks powering our connected future. It's not every day an American AI titan buys into a European telecom legend. And this deal signals a deeper merging of two essential industries.
Next up, an Italian success story that just keeps growing. Milan-based Bending Spoons made headlines twice in 2 days. First by announcing its acquisition of AOL, yes, that iconic internet pioneer, and then by raising $710 million at a stunning $11 billion valuation. Bending Spoons has built its reputation by acquiring well-known but struggling tech brands, names like Evernote, Vimeo, and WeTransfer, and turning them around with fresh engineering and aggressive cost optimization. Now, AOL joins the family. The new funding round was led by heavyweight investors like T. Rowe Price and Fidelity, with around $270 million in new equity, and the rest used to buy shares from early investors. The company also secured a $2.8 billion debt facility to keep fueling more acquisitions and AI development. What's remarkable is their valuation leap, from under $3 billion last year to $11 billion today. That's massive growth, and it places Bending Spoons among Europe's most valuable tech players. The message is clear. Europe isn't just producing startups, it's producing strategic buyers, companies that revive legacy tech assets instead of building everything from scratch. If Bending Spoons succeeds in modernizing AOL and others, they could define a whole new model for European innovation.
Our third story highlights how AI is transforming even the most traditional professions. Legora, a Swedish startup, just raised $150 million in a Series C round, valuing it at $1.8 billion. Legora's platform uses artificial intelligence to automate time-consuming legal tasks, drafting contracts, researching cases, and analyzing documents, so lawyers can focus on higher-level work. The company was founded in 2023 and has grown at lightning speed, partnering with over 400 law firms across 40 countries. To put that in perspective, earlier this year, Legora raised $80 million at a $675 million valuation. Now, just months later, it's nearly tripled. With offices in Stockholm, London, New York, Denver, and Sydney, Legora is positioning itself as a true global player. This story matters for two reasons. First, it shows that European AI startups can scale quickly and attract major global investors. And second, it signals that even cautious industries like law are embracing AI to stay competitive. A 2-year-old company convincing hundreds of law firms to adopt new tech? That's a clear sign that the legal world is changing, and that Europe is leading part of that change.
From law to leisure, let's move to the travel and hospitality sector. Mews, a Dutch hotel management software company with Czech roots, announced it has acquired DataChat, a US-based AI analytics firm. Mews provides cloud software that helps hotels manage reservations, check-ins, and payments. With this acquisition, the company wants to bring conversational AI directly into hotel operations. DataChat's technology allows managers to ask natural language questions like, "Which rooms had the highest occupancy this month?" and instantly get data-driven answers. The goal is to make hotel management more intuitive and more automated. Mews describes this as building agentic hospitality systems, essentially letting AI agents handle much of the behind-the-scenes analysis, from pricing and inventory to guest preferences. This is Mews' 14th acquisition, underscoring how aggressively it's expanding its platform. For hotels, that means smarter systems and better insights. For guests, it could translate into smoother check-ins, personalized stays, and fewer operational hiccups. It's a great example of how Europe's travel tech sector is using AI, not just for efficiency, but for real, visible improvements in customer experience.
In venture capital news, one of Silicon Valley's most famous firms, Sequoia Capital, just doubled down on Europe. The firm announced 2 new funds aimed squarely at early-stage European startups, a $750 million early-stage fund and a $200 million seed fund. Together, that's nearly $1 billion of fresh capital available for founders across the continent. Sequoia has long invested in Europe, backing companies like Klarna in Sweden and Trade Republic in Germany, but this move marks a big step up. Partner Luciana Alexandru said that Europe's founder pool has never been stronger, pointing to a new generation of entrepreneurs who've already built and exited successful startups and are now launching new ventures. For the ecosystem, this is fantastic news. Seed and Series A funding can often be the hardest to secure, so having Sequoia pour this much money into early-stage startups gives founders more room to innovate, and more competition among investors means better support and valuations. More broadly, it's a vote of confidence in Europe as a key player in the global tech scene, not just a regional offshoot of Silicon Valley.
And finally, let's wrap up with a story that's pure inspiration. Meet Robert Mukamitov, an 18-year-old founder from Cyprus who's already built what you could call a mini-app empire. Robert founded RM Company and has launched 3 AI-powered apps in health, finance, and consumer transparency, all of which have hit the top 100 on the App Store. What's even more remarkable is that he did it all without outside funding. No venture capital, no grants, just grit, code, and creativity. He started coding at 16, reinvesting the revenue from one app into the next, bootstrapping his way forward. He says investors were initially skeptical because of his age, so he decided to prove himself through results. Today, he runs a small, lean team and reportedly puts in 100-hour weeks to keep building. His apps are all built around AI that simplifies everyday tasks, from smarter nutrition tracking to finance tools that help users make better decisions. Robert's story reminds us that innovation doesn't just come from big cities or billion-dollar funds. It can come from anyone, anywhere. Even a self-taught teenager on a small island with a laptop and a big vision. He represents a new generation of European entrepreneurs, independent, global-minded, and fearless.
And that's a wrap for this week's European Tech Weekly Wrap-Up. From Nvidia's bold bet on Nokia to Bending Spoon's billion-dollar rise, Legora's AI breakthrough, Mews' smart hospitality moves, Sequoia's renewed commitment, and a young prodigy redefining what's possible, Europe's tech scene is buzzing with momentum. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and share it with your fellow tech enthusiasts. We'll be back next week with more stories and insights from across Europe's ever-evolving innovation landscape. Until then, stay curious and keep building. Goodbye.
This podcast was produced by Asif Rajani and brought to you by Eurotech.vc, empowering Europe to lead the global tech race.